Okay, so today I'm reading a school essay that I sent in. I think this was either like junior year or something. And I have a bunch of different writings and poetries and essays that like I feel like it was either really bad and cringy to look back at it or like really insightful. So I haven't read this. So I'm gonna read it aloud. I have it right here. This has been on my Google Docs since whatever year. So this is probably about like 3 years ago now. Alejandro Stewart. Some may say that their biggest failure was something very embarrassing or scarring. In my case, it's nowhere close to that sort. In this minuscule, I don't know why, I used to just add random words inside there just to make it sound better, but in this minuscule time that I've been in this world, I still have yet to spontaneously act in a certain situation and have the outcome of failure, quote unquote. I am 17 years young, so there is no excuse of not experiencing such a big slice of life. In my view of things, that's one of my biggest failures yet. I have failed to take on risk, failed to experience the inexperience at this point of my life, simply because I was too scared to take action. That's the intro. Rational and logical thinking is most relevant in my life, as this turns out to be the root of most of my negative opportunity cost. I feel much better when I evaluate a situation, looking at the pros, cons, and possible outcomes before taking any sort of action. This is still true. I do the same shit. My primal instincts to just do seems to be out of order. That is the David to my Goliath, in which I am not proud of. I can't talk properly. I'm sorry. I got my braces in, bro. Don't talk about me, bro. Stop. Don't get me wrong. I've made very impactful decisions in my life by just being me. Certain little incidents that can lead to bigger problems aren't put into consideration by most, but ultimately I avoid. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay, let me reread that. Oh yeah, certain little incidents that can lead to bigger problems aren't put into consideration by most, but ultimately I avoid them in whole. I've also made outstanding opportunities by doing such rational thinking. In a comparative perspective, the average person who may think ahead of a situation in the span of 10 minutes, I see the possible outcome in spans of years. In the span of years, I still do this shit. Like literally, I didn't realize that that affects me so much because like I was talking with my brother and my uncle like just in the past 24 hours, and I still do this shit. And like I don't cry about a lot of shit, but that shit makes me, bro. It makes me cry as well because it's like, bro, as somebody that's like that, like you want to learn how to live in the moment, but I can never live in the moment. Like I always think, from me doing this right now, how is it going to affect what's gonna happen later on? Like I said, I like playing video games and watching anime, but like me playing games, I'm like, how can I play games and have it affect me later on in life? Because if I simply just play games right now, it's not going to do anything good for me. Like I can't genuinely enjoy it because I feel like I'm fucking up by doing something like that. So like the idea of living in the moment, I can't really do that. Yeah. As when I think out a fear of rejection, it's vice versa. Although there are big advantages to evaluating most situations before taking action, I feel the cons will indefinitely outweigh the pros. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. That's me pretty much saying that like I can't have normal interactions with people, like that fun hee hee ha ha most of the time with people. Like I'm a, like in the now, yeah, I'm always fun and stuff, but like in the back of my head I'm always thinking like, damn, I can't go to this party because what's gonna happen after this, or damn, I can't go on a cruise with my family because I need to work on this so I can do that 5 years later. Like that's always the way I think about it. Next paragraph. I've taken the initiative to make my own experiment to increase my primal instincts that resides within me. All years previous to my 10th grade year, fuck, I guess I think I was a sophomore then, or was I a junior, or what? Who knows? All years previous to my 10th grade year, people have always spoken to me first, and I wasn't that social. Along with the fact that I was scared of rejection. 2 years ago, in my sophomore year, never mind, I was a senior then, I guess, I thought to myself, I need to expand my context in order to correspondingly expand my content of opportunities and fulfillment. What the fuck? What? Wait. I need to expand my contents. I need to expand my context in order to correspondingly expand my content of opportunities and fulfillment. What does that mean? Let me break this down real quick. What? Oh, that's actually kind of deep. You can't expand your actual content in things that you do in life until you expand your context first. So the content doesn't come until you have the context. It makes sense. I still can't explain it, but that it makes sense to me now. I remember. So I decided to force myself into situations of failure and rejection. Starting off slowly, I've randomly befriended people since it has always been such a task for me. Overall, my initial greetings came off as awkward as as many people didn't give me a time of day. I didn't know how to interact with people. I'm still pretty shit at it. Um, Slowly but surely, I became accustomed to a very of people rejecting and commending my offer to be friends. Yeah, so they would say, "Ha, good try," and then stop, or they would act like we would be friends, and then we were never really friends. Eventually, to the point where I felt comfortable enough to introduce myself to people. I guess I'm just saying that I was okay with being rejected and still trying. That didn't make any sense. I just said it after that, but okay, cool. Um, my little steps to more failure and opportunities had linearly increased. Shit. Therefore, I decided to take it up a notch and move on to an even greater form of feared rejection that I had to charm a female. What the fuck? Bro, what the fuck? Am I a nerd, bro? But I had a decent amount of girls though. Like I still never made the first move. Like girls always came up to me, so it was a bit easier for that point. But I never really. I don't know if I did do it now, but still not comfortable with that. To charm a female, justified by my want to expose and overcome my distress of failure. Next paragraph. In the near future, I hope to fully overcome this fear of rejection that I have. By my youth of 18, I plan on having entirely eliminated the fear of failure and rejection and moving on from my comfy ostracization. Shit. I see a bright future for myself once this failure to fail has been distinguished. To do so, I plan to stay on a course of opening myself up to such rejections. My opportunities will surely expand as I allow myself to venture into the unexperienced. I promise you, I have some pretty good vocabulary, but like, bro, I can't talk. I can't speak, bro. Trust me. I now understand that failure itself is inevitable in order to get where one's dream is. Consequently, I have no other choice but to beat my biggest fear with nothing other than more failures. I said biggest fear. Shit. My biggest failure with nothing other than more failures. In conclusion, I will fundamentally dissipate my urge to relinquish my future opportunities. Why am I doing that? I don't know. That sounds disgusting. As my logical and rational thinking is exceptionally good. I think I got a speech impediment for real, bro. It's because of these braces. Yeah. As my as my as my logical and rational thinking is exceptionally good, this causes me to lose out on an alternate bigger picture. But I always think the bigger picture. I don't know why I said that. Okay. I will continue to further my personal experiments as I know it will help me slowly overcome each doubt of rejection I have. My realization that my biggest failure of all is not having many failures will allow me to make bigger and better decisions in my future. Once again to say, failure is inevitable. So I must fail to essentially make any type of progress. That's facts though. I have been moving inside the right direction, man. I filled out a whole bunch of shit. Man. I was supposed to move out like fucking 2 years ago. Didn't move out, but guess what? Now I'm prepared and fully understand the whole process of moving out, along with everything else that comes along with it. So, like I said previously, failure comes with. It's a part of life, bro. You gotta face it. You gotta deal with it. And if you try to avoid failure in any form, bro, you're not gonna grow. You're not gonna grow at all, bro, or sis. I'm sorry. You're not gonna grow. I'm just saying. Are you trying to grow? If you want to grow, you need to fucking fail, motherfucker. Pussy, you're a thought. Oops.